As we step aside here in this first quarter.
180! Got one. Hey, alert 33.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mayfield. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 31. Mayfield to throw it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we? No. Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Go! Hey, Zoo!
More now to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Moore. And he fires one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know, some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's put that team on the bus.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And a little floater there is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now Moore. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Moore now. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Now this throw caught left side. A good pickup there at 22. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They run it with Carson. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
180! Here we go, here we go, here we go.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Pistol.
Mayfield looks to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. In for the score. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On second down now. It's Lindsey, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They'll try and throw for it here. They've got his man complete. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. Nothing conservative about that play call. You said earlier in the quarter you wanted to see them open things up, maybe take some shots downfield. There you go.
Yeah, and that one was successful. But even if they're not successful, when you take those shots downfield, they've got to back off a little bit, loosen up a little bit on defense, and give you a little bit more room if you want to run the football.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Philip Lindsay, the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go, set. 60 outlaw, 61 matchbox lights. Watch the end. Begin. Blue draw Corkers. Leo. Switch.
Now Moore, gonna throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Moore. From the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. Here's Moore. Throwing on 4th down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Alert! Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. No. Off.
Mayfield on play action. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Alert!
On second and goal, Mayfield. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to...
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Noah Fant with touchdown number 7 on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Go, go, go. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
The tackle
made back at the 47-yard line.
Moore looking to throw on second down. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line.
General West. Check 13. Check 13. 6 guys. Ready?
On first and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Second and 13. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 14. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. It's first and 10 at the 14. Back to throw. Moore. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm.
There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Phillip Lindsay, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders get a score closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Getting back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Hey, watch the slant.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
And again, it's Mayfield. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. Mayfield now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Mayfield off the play fake. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Terry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. More now. Off play action. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
X3, 218, chop. Man, I got you. Go.
On third down, here's Lindsey. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down.
Check 26, check 26. Yeah. That's all right. Defense.
They're going with Lindsey, and I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Now a give, right side. Carson, and he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On second and 9, Mayfield. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. A diving catch for the score he laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box, touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go.
Over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. From the gun, Moore. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Tillery able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Smooth. 50 seconds.
They're going to try and throw. And he's got his man on the out route. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Moore. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 39. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Mayfield. He's got his tight end Fant.
Let's go. Let's go.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, it's Carson. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Yeah, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Run, run, run. 58, come on, 58. Hey, wahoo!
Mayfield down. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
A 50-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no? You just nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a man open down the middle of the field. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Switch, switch, switch. Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot. Hurry up. Go.
Now Moore, operating from the gun. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I'm ready.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw. Moore. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 15. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
Hey,
Play fake. Mayfield going up top. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Trying to lay one up deep. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball, and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
But the 9 picks
you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. 7 yards there and a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Looking to throw. Moore. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd and 10. They'll find Lindsay here. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Moore now. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 18.
57, Mike 57. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Hey, check now.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. That'll bring up second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
H3, 218, chop it. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
To throw is Moore. To throw again. Got Gordon open, completes it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Now Moore. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Gets it to Gordon. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Here's Moore. Gonna throw on 3rd and goal. And they're gonna get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Jerry Tillery able to record his 5th sack of the season. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time.